All right, what's happening, everybody? So here's my arch template, and I've drawn out the guitar roughly to help me shape the bracing. So I'm working on the bracing now. I've been using this little block plane, but it's really slow going. I don't want to use a bigger block plane because it tears up the bracing. I'm gonna wind up having to sand it anyway, so I'm just gonna take it out to the sander and take it down to the line. The way I got that line was I just took my brace and I'm laying it on the template where it's gonna go. I just take a pencil and I just follow. Remember, this has an arch in it here, so I just follow that arch with the pencil to get my line. You see my line there. And it's really slow going with this little block plane, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to bring it out to the belt sander. I am not going to wind up putting fan bracing in here because I seriously don't think it's going to need it. Well, now that I lay that there, it looks it looks like maybe I'll put it there because this space in here is pretty big. So maybe I will put that brace in there. I'll put another one in over here. And then, of course, I'll put, to support around the sound hole. I'll put that in. But as of right now, all I've done is put this brace in. I'll show you guys that. I've gotten some of the side braces on, and I'll show you why I think doing the side braces the way that I did it is going to be better than what you may have seen in other vids. So here it is. All right, so you can see I got this transverse brace in, and I've got the arch already cut into that. The arch was so slight all the way back here that it didn't seem to matter if I made this flat or if I made it an arch. So the arch from here to here is like almost not even measurable. And then the arch from here to here was like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. So it was so small that I figured, let me just go ahead and cut that arch into it. You can see where the sound hole is. You can see I've got my supporting braces glued in over here. And hopefully you can see the side brace that I got there. I'm going to flip the guitar over to show you this one and this one. You can see, man, these were a pain to shape them to fit the sides. The way I did that was I took a piece of sandpaper and I put it on the side where the brace is going to go, and then put some clamps on a piece of wood like that. Just these, I put some of these clamps on there to hold this piece on the side to the sandpaper, and then I used that clamped piece as a guide to run my brace along the guide to capture the curve that we have. We got a curve there, right here going this way. We've got another curve here going the opposite way. We're going to have a very slight curve here. And I think if I'm lucky, this will be the only flat brace. And, this one and the opposite side will be the only flat brace that I'll be able to use. So yeah, it looks like I can put a flat one there, but this will have a big old space in there that I don't want an airspace in there filled with glue. I want wood-to-wood contact. Okay, now you guys may have noticed. Oh, let me flip it and show you the way that this brace system works. So this brace here, see the notch cut into it? It's like a jack stud, helping to integrate this transverse brace instead of just having like a drop of glue on the side holding it to the side, you know, that's not a very strong joint. So I cut a notch into the brace and set this down into that notch and glued the side brace to the transverse brace, and then they're all glued to the side. It's just a much stronger joint. So, you know, you could really put a lot of weight on it, and it's fine. It doesn't move. I had to also integrate it into the shelf right there. See how it's supporting that shelf? Not that that shelf needs support, but again, integrate it. Everything's tied into everything else. Show it to you from the back. There it is from the back. Really can't get a good angle on it, but there you go. So everything is super tight. Now, if you've noticed, my bracing comes all the way up. And normally you'll have the kerf lining coming. I've seen a lot of people run their kerf lining all the way around the whole top and bottom perimeter of the sides, and then they'll put the side bracing in between the kerf lining. So your side brace is actually really, really short. Okay, now let's think about this. If you build a guitar like that, you're basically having this line the width of your kerf lining that goes all the way around at, let's say, 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch down, you're going to have a line that goes all the way around. You have a brace. See the line? So you have a brace that comes up to the bottom of the kerf lining right there, and then you have it again and again and again. You have it in as many places. To me, that's not the best way to brace the guitar, because if you should set this down too hard on a corner, let's say you go bang right on a corner, you have a potential failure spot right where you have the kerf line. The bottom of the kerf lining and the top of the brace are a joint. So this side of the guitar could literally crack at the bottom of the kerf lining all the way around the entire perimeter of the guitar. And that comes back to that lid thing that I'm talking about, where if you build the top of the guitar and then you glue all your braces to the top of the guitar, and then you put the top of the guitar with the braces glued onto the sides of the guitar and glue it in place, it's just a lid, right? You just made a lid. Of course you're going to glue that lid down, but you don't have that integrated wood joinery that is going to make everything that much more solid. In my opinion, I would just be afraid that eventually I'm going to drop the guitar, or I'm going to set it down on its corner and it's going to split right there. I seen a video. I'm not kidding. This dude was bending guitar sides that were 1/16 of an inch thick. And then his braces were like popsicle sticks. Like popsicle sticks. So I'm sure the guitars are super, super light, but they're also super, super fragile. Maybe I'm harder on my guitars than other people. I don't really think so. I don't, they're all in really good shape. I've been making them for, 15 years now, and my oldest are still in really good shape. I mean, if I clean them up and polish them, they look like brand new guitars. So I don't think that I'm particularly hard on them, but the whole point of building this the way that I built it was to eliminate some of the weak points, some of the fragility of these acoustic guitars. It is going to make the guitar heavier than than something you might buy off the shelf, but what are we talking about? 2 pounds? Like, come on, man, I eat that for dinner. Like, I know people like to talk about the weight of a guitar, but if you're talking about an 8-pound guitar versus a 10-pound guitar, if that's going to wear you out, that 2-pound difference, then maybe learn how to play keyboard, because you don't have to carry it around. To me, it's not a big deal at all. So I'd rather have additional weight in the guitar and have confidence in the way that it's built, that it could take a pounding, not that it ever will, but it could. And all that rigidity is going to also help with the sound of the guitar. It's going to be like one resonant thing instead of a paper shoebox glued onto a neck with 12 strings trying to pull it apart. So that's my theory. I'm not trying to smack talk the way that 12 strings are built. I just don't think they're built to last. And this is gonna last. So that's all I got for this vid, and I'll come back after the bracing is all roughly shaped, and then we're gonna do our fine sanding, and then we're gonna start to work on the rosette. That should be fun. I got some ideas for that. I may change my mind 20 times between now and then, but we will see when we get there. That's all I got for this vid, guys. Peace.